Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I have updated on here. I have been extremely busy working full-time and taking 15 credits of school the past several weeks. So I just genuinely just haven't had time to really get on here. My dog is wanting up. This is my dog. His name is Steve. He's a cute little Shih Tzu. Yeah, you want the popcorn, don't you? But I just kind of want to be frank with you guys. If you haven't seen my first video on my YouTube channel, I would suggest to go watch that first if you're lost. And leaving my faith behind last summer has been the hardest, best decision that I've ever made. So it's affected my life and a lot of my relationships with people. Mostly with people who think I'm just the devil now. And I feel like I just have some dead skin right here. Anyways, I'm just a mess. Look at my hair. I just don't have time to get ready with my life. I should probably be doing homework right now, but I decided I'm going to take a break and update you guys. So this is really hard for me to post videos on YouTube like this because they're very vulnerable. They're very upfront, which is a good thing, but also it's a very scary thing because I've had family and friends literally come at me because of these videos and not say very nice things. So I guess I just kind of want to give you guys an update on how I'm doing. And when most people leave their faith behind that they were raised in their entire life, it usually takes a lot longer for people to leave than it did for me. I was having a really hard time with my church after I served a mission. If you watch my first video on my channel, I would suggest doing that so you can have more context of my story and make more sense of what I'm saying. But I went on a mission for my church. Basically, I left everything behind and had no contact with family or friends for majority of the time, and just wanted to serve God and try to get people to convert to my religion because I believed it was true and it was the only way to be saved. So I went out and I knocked doors and did the pretty hard duty work. It was really hard. And it added a lot of trauma, religious trauma, to my life. And a lot of people, they hear trauma and they think I'm being too sensitive, but no, seriously, it's deeply affected me, mentally, emotionally, even physically. And so I addressed that a lot in my first video. I was really struggling with the culture out on the mission that I saw. I didn't think it was good. I thought it was toxic. I didn't feel good in it. And that's when I started to realize I don't know if I can just keep following this blindly, because I've been doing that my whole life. I was following everything so blindly. I was raised in Utah, and most Mormons are raised in Utah. And so it was all I knew. I talked a lot more about this in my first video. And I had no reason to doubt it. And I wanted to be a good person, and I had a desire to serve God, and I had a love for this God that people talked about and his son Jesus that died for me. And hey, Steve. Sorry, he's making me nervous going into my bedroom. What are you doing in there? I just don't want him to have an accident. Shih Tzus are literally the best. Look at their underbites. Steve has definitely helped me through this whole journey. Don't go into bedroom, okay? Anyways, so I realized that me leaving the church was a major shock for a lot of my friends and family. I definitely received a lot of that shock. Not all of it was positive. A lot of it was really, really hard. Just to be frank, I got several people from my family that have known me my whole life. Not my like siblings or anything. I'm not gonna like name names, but just a lot of people that really didn't like what I was doing, didn't like that I was on here talking about it. And sorry, that's my dog's toy. I can totally understand where they are coming from, because when it's something that you believe and you see, you know, your family member talking about their experience of finding out it wasn't true, it's hard. And I definitely understand why that's so hard. Also, don't mind this bowl of popcorn right here. I'm just having this snack. So I definitely have been on the flip side of where I'm at now, of like defending the church, knowing it's true. I wouldn't have served a mission if I didn't have a testimony of it. And so I kind of just want to talk about if any of you are relating to me in a faith crisis or any faith transition, not even from Mormonism or the LDS church, just from like any type of religion. I think the best thing to do is just worry about yourself. And if you feel the need to talk about it, then talk about it. I wouldn't necessarily bring this information to people unsolicited. I think that's inappropriate. It's ironic because as a missionary, I would knock on people's doors and teach them about Joseph Smith and want them to hear my message. And now coming to the conclusion that I don't believe that it's true anymore, I'm getting extremely hated for speaking up about it. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous, because people in the church speak about their beliefs. So why can't other people speak about theirs if it contradicts? And like the thing is like, Steve, the thing is like, I'm not like going to people and like shoving this in their face. Like, I'm not knocking on their doors. I'm simply just creating a space for myself where like I can talk about it and build community, and people think that like I'm the devil for doing that. And it's like, I'm not making you watch my content. I'm not making you do anything. If you watch this video, that's your choice. And if you want to get your butt chapped about it, then I don't really need that in my life. Like, so people hating on me for coming on here and speaking my experience and my truth and want to shut me down, it only makes me want to come on here even more, to be quite frank with you. And I can't like go into details of these really hard experiences that I've had with family. And I've had several family members come at me. I've had several friends come at me. I've had friends tell me they don't want to be my friend anymore. A lot of people don't believe me. They're like, do people really say that? I'm like, yeah, they really do. And that's fine. And it's something you kind of have to expect when you're public about something like this. So I just knew for me personally, as hard as it's been to be public about this, about me leaving my faith behind, I knew for me personally, it would be so much harder for me to like put on a front and like pretend that I believe, and like my whole entire family and like my ancestors were Mormon. Like, this is like a big deal. And it's not like something that was just easily thrown away. And I think a lot of people look at it and they're like, well, you walked away pretty fast. I did because I felt it was right. And I felt it's right for me to come on here and speak out about a lot of things in Mormonism that I did not know that are harmful and that are manipulative. There's a lot of cover-ups going on, and I don't like that. And the fact that people want me to just hush about it is really concerning to me, and I'm not going to be quiet about this. I'm going to be vocal about my experience and my pain and my good times too. And so any of you that are trying to shut me down, you're not going to do that. It's just, to me, it proves even more why I need to talk about it. And, you know, finding out that the founder of my church was a con man and married minors not only like married minors, but like manipulated them to marry him by saying, oh, if you don't marry me, you're not going to be able to be with your family forever. And just the way he said that they had to get married secretly and behind his wife's back, major red flags to me. And a lot of people say, like, what about like the Book of Mormon? What about like the spiritual confirmations that you felt that it was true? And it's like, well, looking back on all of that and knowing what I know now, it tells me a lot about those moments that I did think that I like had the spirit tell me it was true. And it's a really hard thing to deconstruct. And a lot of people try to use it as a weapon against me. And that's just not going to work. These are real issues. And these are not issues that should just be swept away. And I'm sorry, but if we can't talk about these issues and we just tell people, like, you just have to have faith and don't worry about it, it's just not going to fly by me. It might fly by for other people, but for me, it's like, I just don't want to, like, follow something my entire life and live my life a certain way if I don't feel like it's authentic to what I truly believe. And if people hate me because of that, then so be it. That's all I gotta say. I would never like encourage people to leave the church. That's completely a personal choice, but I definitely encourage people to read all the information that there is, because I know that there's tons of members who know this information, they choose to stay, and that's fine. You know, that's your choice, but to shame other people for leaving for very valid reasons is wrong. And it, honestly, like, it's just been a really hard process. And I wish that, the truth is like, I wish that, like, I could tell anyone out there going through this that, like, everyone's just going to be super compassionate around you, because I wish that's how it was for everyone. And I know for a lot of people it is that way. And I'm so, so happy for those people, because having people just have compassion towards you and just loving you no matter what is literally so critical. But the sad truth is that a lot of people get a lot, like, disowned from their family. And it's a lot of issues. It's not black and white. There's a lot of reasons why people leave their faith. Mine was because I truly don't believe that it's true anymore. And that's a really traumatic conclusion to come to. And it's something that I wanted to talk about, because I wish someone would have told me before I left my family, my friends, my hometown, everything for 18 months. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like, there's tons of people out there that, like, I adore, that I met, and I'm like, experiences that I had that I absolutely, like, just love despite the church. But at the same time, like, the trauma of just up and leaving and, like, not even getting to pick where you go, not even getting to pick who you live with, it's a really hard thing. And I had some really hard experiences that definitely grew me as a person. I think there's positive things that definitely came out from it, but the thing that concerns me is that the Mormon church acts like serving a mission for the young men especially is like a saving ordinance, and the truth is it's just not. It's not even in the doctrine that it's a saving ordinance. So it's a really big decision, and it's a really hard thing, and nobody should be pressured to do it if they don't want to. Anyways, I could rant and rant and rant. I just want to give an update. It hasn't been easy. It's been extremely hard, but also at the same time, like, I've just been so busy with work and school. Like, I haven't even, like, really had time to process it all. But I've had some really hard experiences the past few weeks with people, and I've had people say awful things about me just because of this, just because of me speaking out about it. And it's, to me, you know, it's really hard to hear what people, like, see people's true colors, like people that don't really love me, because if they did, they wouldn't say those things. And it sounds like their love was just conditional on the church. If I was in the church, if I was in the gospel, and that's just not real love. It's just not. And Because if it turns you into this mean bully and you just start bullying me and start calling me names and basically tell me that I'm not worthy of love anymore or to be in a family, that's emotional abuse. And it's crazy to me that people let it get that far. Anyways, I just want to say that there is hope. And I do want to say, despite how hard it's been for me to go through this experience, it has been 100% worth it. And a lot of people will say, what makes you say that? Why is it worth it? You've been through so much. You've lost so many people. And the truth is because at the end of the day, like, I picked me. I picked me over what people thought I should be doing. I picked me over expectations. And that's freaking hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's not easy. But at the end of the day, I chose me. I chose to fight for my authentic self. And there's nothing that's worth more than that. Because if you aren't being your authentic self around those that you love and you care about, you're betraying yourself. And it's not an authentic relationship if you can't be who you are. And I just want people to know that whoever they are, I love them. I don't care, like, come as you are. And there's a lot of positives that I've seen in myself since leaving my religion. I was really judgmental before. I really judged people for all their life choices. And I realize that in myself now. At the time I didn't, but since leaving I've noticed that I'm way more compassionate towards people. I'm way more accepting of people and their lifestyle. I'm way more loving. I also just don't have this need to like have hate in my heart for the way that like certain other people live their lives that were just different to Mormonism. And I would say that's definitely a positive thing. And it's helped me become a better friend and to find better friends. And it's helped my relationships be more authentic. And I've lost a lot of people, but I found the real ones along the way. And it's been hard, but it's been 100% worth it. If I had to go back in time and I could redo this all over again, and knowing what I know now, I would still make the same choice that I did, because I know that that's authentically my beliefs and who I am, and I'm going to speak up about it, and I don't have any shame about that. So I just want to encourage other people that are going through this or are questioning the Mormon church or any faith, really, just to trust yourself, because the biggest thing that my religion taught me is that I cannot trust myself. I have to trust what other people tell me to do. And if I get any type of personal authority telling, like myself, like feeling like I should do one thing, but the church, it contradicts what the church wants me to do, it's like, that's not the spirit. Like, you need to follow the church. And I've realized that that's not healthy. And it's a journey. It's not like I'm at the finish line and I feel great every day. I don't. I have days where I cry. I have days where I'm really angry. I have days where I am just enjoying life way more and soaking it all in. And then I have days where I'm really upset and I'm just feeling all the emotions. So it's not like I'm this person who has it all together. I definitely don't. And I don't pretend to be. I don't. And I never will. I struggle just like anyone else struggles, but this is something that I really care about, and I really care about people, and I care about people's pain, and I care about people's experiences, and it matters. It matters because I know at the end of the day that's the right thing to do, and I don't care what anyone else has to say. And so that's just where I'm at. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video and leave a comment. And just thank you guys for all your support and love. I really appreciate it.